Be honest with me. When someone tells you, just be yourself, do you actually know what that means? Because here's the paradox. The moment you try to be yourself, you start performing. Your voice shifts. Your posture changes. Even your smile feels rehearsed. And here's the uncomfortable truth. What you call your authentic self isn't the end of performance. It's the greatest performance you'll ever give. We treat authenticity like a holy grail. A final version of us, the self we were always meant to be. But authenticity isn't a destination, it's a temperature. Think about it. Have you ever been with a friend, laughing about nonsense, not checking your phone, not worrying about your words, and you felt warm inside? That's authenticity. It's alignment. Thoughts, feelings, and actions all on the same frequency. But here's the trap. Try to reproduce that warmth on command, in a job interview, on a date, or on Instagram Live, and it vanishes. The more you chase it, the colder you feel. And let's be real. Everyday life is full of these tiny performances. You smile in the elevator even though you're exhausted. You laugh at a joke you didn't find funny, just to keep the room smooth. You post a candid photo that took 20 tries to get right. None of this means you're fake. It means authenticity isn't just inside you. It's what happens between you and the stage you're on. But if authenticity is shaped by the stage, it raises a bigger question. What stage are we actually playing on? Sociologist Erving Goffman once said, "All the world's a stage." And he was right. At work, you're one self. At family dinner, another. With friends, another. Alone at 2 a.m. yet another. Are these lies? No. They're roles. Adaptive masks that help us connect without crashing. Watch yourself. At work, you hide irritation. With family, you play the responsible one. With your best friend, you're free, raw, unfiltered. Different masks, same actor. Performance isn't the opposite of authenticity. It's the vehicle that delivers it, but the performance doesn't stop at the edges of the stage. It seeps back into us, and over time, we start believing our own act. We don't just perform for others. We perform for ourselves, and then, we believe it. We say, "I'm the strong one, I'm the funny one, I'm the one who never asks for help." But what happens when life changes, when grief hits, when love cracks you open? When success exposes your fears, suddenly, the old costume pinches. Inside, you're one thing, outside, you show another. That tension is called dissonance, and our brain hates that feeling. So to make it stop, it does a fascinating thing. It starts to believe the performance is real. You post a happy couple selfie, even though you argued an hour before. The likes roll in, and slowly, you convince yourself, maybe things aren't so bad. The photo becomes the truth, and the more we repeat the role, the more it becomes who we think we are. Play the pleaser long enough, you'll call it kindness. Play the cynic long enough, you'll call it realism. Play the brave one long enough, you'll call it identity. The question isn't, am I performing? The question is, which performances am I rehearsing into my character? And nowhere is this more obvious than online, the place where authenticity is both most celebrated and most staged. Online, we worship authenticity, no filter, being real, raw confession. But let's be honest. Every authentic post is still a performance. Angles, edits, captions, timing, and the most curated content. It's usually the one that screams real, but it's not just influencers. It's you, too. When you rewrite a text 3 times. When you delete a story because it didn't get views. When you choose the laughing emoji instead of the smile because you don't want to seem cold. Tiny performances, everywhere. And that's why we feel drained. Not because we're performing, but because we're performing without alignment. We compare our messy mornings to someone's cinematic confession, and we decide our life is less real. But remember, the problem isn't performance. It's forgetting it's performance. And the cost isn't just online. It seeps into our real lives, into the coldness we sometimes feel in our own skin. And that brings me to a story. Years ago, I walked into a networking event. Everyone was polished. Sharp smiles, perfect posture. I tried to blend in. But my words felt like rented furniture. Then someone asked a simple question. I lied. A polite, harmless lie. The kind we all tell. But my body went cold. So I corrected myself. I told the truth. And something shifted. The air got warmer. We had a real conversation. Not oversharing. Not trying. Just aligned. That's authenticity. It feels like warmth because alignment generates energy. When your values, your emotions, and your words are the same temperature, you radiate. People feel it. The right ones move closer. The wrong ones drift away. You don't even have to push. And the beauty is, this warmth isn't random. You can create the conditions for it. You can practice it. And you can choose to perform with intention. So how do you stop chasing authenticity by accident and start performing with intention? Here's the blueprint. 1. Track your warm moments. After a great conversation, ask, who was I with? What was I talking about? Where was my attention? For me, I realized I felt warmest when I was curious, not when I was clever. 2. Reconnect with childhood joys. What lit you up before anyone told you what was cool? Maybe it was sketching cartoons, or collecting strange rocks, or singing too loudly in your room. Do it again, badly, privately. It retunes your nervous system. 3. Reduce friction daily. If your job forces a mask, find micro moments to drop it safely. A quick text to your work bestie, a bathroom reset where you breathe like yourself again. Even a silly voice note you'll never send. 4. Name your non-negotiables. Values aren't slogans, they're boundaries. Pick 3. For me, it's honesty, kindness, and usefulness. If I betray them, I feel cold immediately. 5. Try to present more truth. You don't need a dramatic reveal. Just one sentence less polished, one boundary spoken out loud. One truth you don't apologize for. 6. Audit your digital roles. Ask, what role am I playing here? The jokester, the polished professional. Do I still want it? 7. Accept the gray. You can be aligned and anxious, honest and embarrassed. Authentic isn't perfect, it's practice. Which brings us back full circle to the paradox we started with. So here's the real paradox. Authenticity isn't the end of performance. It's the art of performing in a way that keeps you warm. Think about singing in your car, windows up, music loud. You're not proving anything, you're just existing. That isn't your real self hiding from the world. That's you, uncontested. No audience to impress, no algorithm to please. And maybe it's also when you dance alone in your kitchen. When you laugh until your stomach hurts with a friend. When you talk to your kid without thinking about being wise. Those are the moments. That's the warmth. The goal isn't to freeze that feeling and drag it into every boardroom. The goal is to learn how to carry its warmth into each stage of your life, because you'll always be performing. The question is, will you let the role hollow you out or heat you up? So the next time someone says just be yourself, don't force it, don't overthink it, just listen for the warmth and perform from there. If this resonated, share it with someone chasing realness. And tell me in the comments, what's one truth you've been afraid to say out loud? Because the moment you do, you'll feel the warmth return.